Alright guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are at Municipal golf course in Austin, Texas. Arguably one of Austin's most famous golf courses. And guys, just in advance, I will have some missing clips today. First time out, so appreciate your patience in advance. And with that, straight into the second shot in the first hole. Up the hill with a 7-iron for 143. And this birdie attempt really has left me a lot of work here to clean up for par. And that really is chalked down to taking time to read the putt. The initial one on the birdie. And here, second shot, 7 wood, ball's above my feet and I don't compensate for the lie, so I take ground. And guys, I am repairing pivot marks today, it's just going to be boring if you watch me do that over and over again. So we take 2 putt here, in for bogey, and the error here is really from the 7 wood compensating for the lie above my feet. So we move on, two bogeys. And the drive spins off to the right. And what you cannot do in this particular hole is to go long or go to the right. And my ball went to the right there, so that was a problem. But the 58 degree on, decent enough. About a 10-foot par up the hill. And really being out of position on the approach shot cost me there. Coming in short would have been preferable. And that's 3 bogeys in a row. Now we got an uphill par 3, about 140 yards. When you go uphill, especially in a hill like this one, I normally add 10. So my 7-iron goes about 155. And that assumes that I hit it perfectly. Well, you don't always hit it perfectly. So I came up short there. Lesson is take 6-iron next time. The chip comes in short. The Texas wedge, not so bad. In for a 4. Lesson, big green. Should get it on there with a 6 next time. Now, anyone who's played lines knows that this hole, you can either go over the trees on the left and leave yourself about 70 yards in, or you can spray it out to the right and leave yourself about 100.
How long have you been running Austin?
3 years. I've been in the US 7. And the pro chair comes in short again because it's up the hill. I should have taken 1 club extra. Par putt down the hill. I'm in for the 5th birdie of the day. 5th bogey of the day. I wish it was a birdie. Right, so the tee shot comes off a little hot, fading out to the right. And I'm left with like ground under repair shot. Well, not even ground under repair, just like ground. So I can't lift and replace. Not much of a lie here, so I just try and like sting it down the hill with a 7 wood. Ball goes a little long right, but I've got plenty of green to work with. And the ball is sitting up nicely. Plus the 58 has been getting plenty of use so far today. I'm able just to stick it next to the pin. Right, so we're going up the hill again, and I take a 7-iron that normally goes 155, assuming I hit it perfectly well. And that comes in short again. And I'm just not learning my lesson that gotta take extra club. Pitch goes off perfectly, decently well given the lie. And there's not much you can do here. Just knock it in as close as you can get it. A little longer left on this than I'd like. Take a read, line up the putter face, and in. Of course, my drive of the day would be a missing clip. Nonetheless, we drive on with a 7-wood, and this comes off the face nicely, pops up into the air. I think it's on the green. As I get closer, I realize it's just shy of the green, but it's sitting up beautifully on this little piece of grass. That's with about a 20-yard, 58-degree. And I just scoop it up, knock it in close. We have a look at a birdie here. I'm just reading the green, lining up the putter face on the line that I want, and we're in for birdie. Take 7-wood again for 2 reasons. Number 1, to take the trees on the left out of play. And number 2, because I've just hit a really good shot with a 7-wood in the last few minutes, so it's top of mind. Tree on the right is hanging over, so I take a 6-iron and sting it underneath the tree and try and roll it up the green. And I'm off the back of the green. Without reading the putt, I take a crack at it, and I'm left with a very shaky, like 6-footer here for par. And really the mistake there was on the birdie putt, just not taking my time reading it, walking out the lane and looking at the hole. Bogey. The 7-wood here on 10 as I make the turn. Take a 7-wood because there's water at 215. 7-wood I know will only go 205, so it takes the water out of play. The lie here is beneath my feet rolling down the hill, so I just take a pitching wedge and kind of sting it up the hill. And we're in for a par. And I'm happy enough with this putt. I'm starting to get confident. Now, this is arguably the hardest hole on the course, number 12, par 5, where your approach shot into the green is over water. I get under the trees and I'm left with no choice but to stab it out of there with a 7-iron. But the recovery shot goes too long and I'm left with a really bad lie just before the water. And as you can see, it's like a downhill. I've got trees on my left, I've got not much space on the right, and I got to go over water. So I'm just trying to get it over the water here. It pops up way higher than I think it is, hits the tree, knocks itself down onto the ground. Tricky light, and I've got to sting it out of here, stab it out of here with like a 7-iron, and I take way more grass than ball. Chip it on 2-putt for double bogey on a par 7, or par 5, excuse me. Par 3 down the hill. I've got the right club in my hand and I'm on the green. Downhill birdie putt about 15 feet. And again, we just get that read wrong. And I'm left with like another 4 to 5 footer for par. And we have ourselves a 3-putt. And that's just from not reading that birdie putt again. Here comes the drive, and it just spins out to the right. Now in these situations, you just want to knock it back onto the fairway. Don't try to get cute. I can't take my own advice because I take a 6-iron and try and just get it up as close as I can to the green. Got greedy, and guess what? It poured through the fairway, through to the other side of the rough on the other side. And here I am with 145 yards left, 8-iron. And the rough just snags the club head and the hosel and pulls it to the left. 58 degree onto the green. Two-putt, bogey. And really the mistake there was getting too greedy on the taking the medicine, playing out of the trees. Just get it on the fairway. Give yourself a chance at a par. Up the hill I got a 9-iron. Hit it perfectly. I'm left with a birdie putt, and I just narrowly missed that one. But we're in for a par. Here I'm taking 7-wood. The tree's at about 190. It's a downhill shot. My 7-wood goes about 205 to 210. Thinking I can take the tree out of play, so I aim right at the tree. And that was a mistake, because guess what? It hits the tree. And next time I'm going to be taking more club on that hole to take the tree out of play more. Now I have to clean it up. 7-iron down the hill. Make sure not to get into the water here. 5-iron onto the green. And bogey's not such a bad result here. One of the more difficult holes on the course. Drive it down as far as I can. Comes out at about 200 yards. Plenty of green to work with. Don't want to go long. Just knock it onto the front of the green and let it roll to the pin. I got to look at birdie here, and this is gettable. But it just spins out to the right, and I'm in for a par. 11 over on the day, 83. Plenty to work on for next time. Guys, thank you very much for joining me, and hope you join again next time. Hit subscribe for some more videos.